morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. So today I am going to be showing you guys a little bit about what I do. I am a sustainability analyst at a consulting agency, and basically our service is to help corporations and cities and counties with their sustainability plans and other projects that they may have. And so through this video, I hope you're able to get a little more insight, seeing if this is the right career path for you, because trust me, the sustainability journey career path is just so wiggle wobbly. It's like, where do you even begin? But yeah, I hope throughout this day you'll be able to have a more coherent understanding about what it is that I do. So in this role, what I usually do is that I pretty much help out with the different projects that I'm a part of. Even though my title is like an analyst, that doesn't mean that what I'm solely doing is just research or is just data analysis or data collection. I am able to have a well-rounded experience, and I just want to point that out for other people who are trying to dig their feet into getting into the sustainability industry. Most of the time you're gonna start off in an analyst or a research role, and then as you move up the ladder, that's when you're able to branch out and do something more specific towards you. The different types of projects that I'm working on is with a clothing brand where I'm helping out with their greenhouse gas inventory, and that might sound boring, but it's actually pretty interesting when you get really deep into trying to quantify this upcoming project that I'm going to be working on and taking more of the lead for is quantify their scope 3 emissions, which, if you're new to the industry, that's the carbon emissions coming all the way from your up and downstream. And so you can only imagine how hard it is to collect that data. Another is working with the county to build their interactive web dashboards. So they basically have all this data that they've been collecting for years that show about their sustainability impacts, their equity impacts, and all these really good things that you would want to know that's going on in your city or your county. And they just have had the issue of trying to show and display this data. And so last year, the team that was working on it built a good base, and what I'm going to be working on for that is just adding a little more to that project. And I would say the last project that's pretty on the top of my list at the moment is that we just finished a really busy season, and that time's ended, and since me and 2 other people, we started right before the busy season has come, we've decided that we wanted to update the training materials and also make some templates that would more easily streamline that busy season. So those are pretty much the 3 things that I'm going to be working on today, just diving my feet in to a little bit of each of them, and then later on in the day I do have some meetings for those projects, and so I'll get updates there to see what my tasks are. So for one of the projects I'm working on, I mentioned that I'm building out a greenhouse gas inventory focusing on scope 3, and yesterday I had a meeting with one of the more lead technical analysts on the team, and I was going down all the remaining pieces of data that we may need after going over the different types of ways of quantifying each of the different remaining categories under scope 3. Made some notes about the next steps in terms of what we'd be doing with the client, and then we'll go on from there. It's really exciting because after building out this inventory for them, we're going to be helping them with their science-based targets. And if you're unsure of what that is, basically a lot of companies have said, oh, my plugs are in. A lot of companies have told us, and you hear everywhere, that they have all these goals to be like carbon neutral by 2050 or by 2030 or net zero and all this lingo, but they actually don't have the infrastructure to go and initiate this yet. And so when you're having a science-based target, this is something that's being released from the Science-Based Target Initiative. It's a collective pretty much of nonprofits who have come together to develop, okay, these are the standards that we need to understand that the company is going to commit to their pledge that they have. And so it's like really in depth, and there's a lot of different ways to go about this target. But I'm really excited because, again, after building out this inventory, we're going to be helping them out to do this. And it's just crazy because I shop at this brand, and it's kind of cool to help out those companies that I support and buy from. So So I just finished up the RFI and sent that to the client. Hopefully we can get all this information in sooner than later. And then the next thing I'm pretty much going to be working on is the cheat sheet that we use for the busy season. So during our busy season, we basically help our clients report to CDP, which is a nonprofit organization that makes this questionnaire and inquiries things about like how is climate change being governed throughout the organization, what kind of targets do they have, what kind of reduction plans do they have. And this also not only touches upon climate change, but they also have a water assessment and a forest assessment. And so for one of the services that we offer, we help our clients and review their rough draft of what they would essentially submit into the online platform. And we give them a like a guesstimated score. And when we're doing this, since we are a consulting agency, we tell them why they lost points, and then we also provide them really in-depth recommendations on how they can improve their response to score higher, or to score the maximum that they can. And in this, it definitely takes a long time. A good one would take like about 8 hours to grade, assuming that they've hit a lot of the criteria and answered it pretty well. I think the longest one that I've ever graded during the season, which was a couple months ago, or last month actually, was almost 20 hours. It definitely takes so long. There are 12 different sections that touch on different topics, and you have to make sure the data is verified. You have to read the scoring methodology to make sure that they're hitting the right information that's needed, and taking that time to write in why points were lost, as well as that recommendation to do better, takes a lot of time. And so the thing that I wanted to implement for next year is to have some of those sentences written out already for each question. So I'm probably gonna be doing that before my meetings I have later on today. So sorry I'm so sweaty. Usually during lunchtime I would go and work out, and right now I am cutting. So I just did 30 minutes of cardio, and I was on the elliptical, put that resistance really high so I can do more in a short period of time. And then I always like to end it with some yoga. I don't know if you guys have used the Nike Training Club app, but if you download it and you make an account, they have like a lot of different free courses, and the one that I particularly like is this yoga one. It really does a good job at really stretching out your body, which is great when you're spending all your time at home. And you know, I feel like my hip joints are definitely getting kind of weaker, and so I feel like it does a good job hitting literally all different points of your body. So for the remainder of my day, I'm pretty much going to be attending some meetings. The one that's coming up is with the county, where I'm going to be helping to make more interactive web dashboards on their website. And for this meeting in particular, we haven't finalized the scope of work yet with the county, and so this meeting is to really solidify with the internal team what it is that we're thinking about doing. So I just got off a meeting. It's now almost 6:30. I'm probably gonna keep working just a little bit more because I am saving my hours for Friday and taking that off. So we'll be working a little longer than usual. But I hope that you got to learn something here today. And you know, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe. And if you have any questions at all about what I do and want to inquire with me more about it, please go ahead and give me a comment below and I'll reach out to you and we can have a chat or something. But till next time, guys.